This is Boxing Talk 8576. I want to talk about some things that I want to look forward to in 2014, this new year. Going to be kicking off some new boxing matches, some exciting fights. 2013 and 2012 was really good years for boxing. I expect 2014 to be much better than 2013, even though 2013 was really explosive, had some great fights, some great matchups. Um, in 2014, what I would like to see, it's a talks about Martinez and Cotto. Right now, they talking about the catch weight and all that, and see if Martinez camp and Cotto camp can come together with that catch weight. Um, in my opinion, if the fight does get made, I got Martinez winning. I got Martinez winning. Man, I got Martinez winning. Not a landslide, but relatively easy, because everything Martinez does, Cotto struggles with. You know what I'm saying? Cotto struggles with left-handed fighters. He had trouble with Zab Judah until he started hitting him with low blows. He had trouble with Manny Pacquiao, big trouble with Manny Pacquiao, and he's finna fight a southpaw that's bigger and stronger than even those two opponents that he struggled with. I see Martinez out moving him. I see Martinez pop shotting him. I see Martinez out jabbing him. I see Martinez just too much for Cotto. Cotto weaknesses is guys that move on him. You see when Mayweather was moving in their fight, even though people say Cotto gave Mayweather a great fight. When Mayweather decided to move, you seen the separation in talent, and Cotto couldn't deal with the movement. And Martinez moves very well in the ring. He comes in great shape. He's stronger than the guys that Cotto has ever fought. Martinez has been fighting bigger, stronger guys and dropping those guys, stopping some of the guys, knocking out some of the guys. So, Cotto have an uphill battle. I think Cotto maybe fights in the inside better, but you have to get in there. You have to be able to track and cut off the ring against Martinez to get in the inside. I don't think Cotto will be able to do that. I think Cotto may have some moments in the fight, but I see Martinez stopping him late, later in the rounds. Cotto, ever since he fought Margarito, his face get bruised up real easy and get puffed up easy. He turns red and just his face don't look right, structurally no more as far as taking blows. I see Martinez winning that fight. I would like to see who's Pacquiao's going to fight. It's talks that he's going to fight Ruslan or Bradley. They're supposed to make the decision sometime this weekend. I would like to see him fight Bradley because of the rematch will, bring a lot of attention because of the first fight, the controversy in the first fight. It's just, some unfinished business there for Pacquiao. I think Pacquiao is more focused since he got knocked out by Marquez. I see Pacquiao, he's rejuvenated. He dominated Brandon Rios, even though Brandon Rios first time at 147. Brandon Rios is a big, strong, hungry kid, still young, still he was coming to win, but Pacquiao's feet was too fast. He said Pacquiao was faster than what he thought he was. Pacquiao displayed some good boxing skills in that match. I think Rios camp thought Pacquiao was gonna kind of slug it out with Brandon Rios, but Pacquiao fought a great fight. A lot of people say Pacquiao looked like he was not the right Pacquiao. He looked like he was a little cautious, but I think he fought smart. You know what I'm saying? He's getting smarter. He went to the body in that fight, which is great, and he was moving very well in the fight. I like to see him fight Bradley because Bradley just beat Marquez. Marquez said he would never fight Pacquiao again. He want to keep that knockout, on his record. So at least Pacquiao has a chance if he fight Bradley to erase one of the losses off his record and get a belt in return. It'd be a good match because Bradley just beat Marquez, so Bradley got a lot of confidence. You know what I'm saying? He had that war with Ruslan and came back very well against Marquez. I give Bradley a lot of respect because I picked Bradley to lose that fight against Marquez simply because Bradley, in his own statement, said that he had slurred speech. You know what I'm saying? He was concussed. He wasn't his balance wasn't good, so I picked Marquez based on I didn't know what kind of Bradley was going to emerge in that fight, but he emerged. He moved well, he boxed well, he jabbed well. One thing I learned about Bradley got a real nice jab. He doubles, he triples it sometimes, so it throws people off their game. A jab can throw you off your time, and then Bradley does that very well. You know, in the Pacquiao fight, I think Pacquiao will come not with the mindset of saying he's gonna knock Bradley out like he did in the first fight. Always cautious when a fighter comes into a fight that has power and says I'm gonna knock the other guy out, because it seemed like from then on in, what you were trying to say is I'm gonna look for one punch and I'm not gonna do the hard work it takes to get to the knockout. And I thought Pacquiao was just looking for one shot in that fight, looking for that left hand. And Bradley picked up on it, and Bradley moved away from it very well in that first fight, which made it closer than what it should have been if Pacquiao would have went in there and did the work to either if the knockout comes, it comes, but if it doesn't, it doesn't. But I see Pacquiao, winning this fight. I see Pacquiao, if they have a rematch, I see Pacquiao winning by 3-4 rounds. But we'll see how it comes out. But speaking of that Pacquiao-Ruslan fight, Ruslan recently stated that he will fight Pacquiao because it's part of his legacy. And at first he said he wouldn't fight Pacquiao because Pacquiao was his friend. Pacquiao gave him a chance, to get on the stage, as far as being one of his main sparring partners. Got his name out there for giving Pacquiao good work, getting him prepared for fights. And Ruslan said yes, he will fight Pacquiao. I guess Pacquiao, will fight Ruslan. That'll be an explosive fight. I mean, I don't see that fight going the distance. I see that fight over under. I see under 7-8 rounds. Somebody gonna get knocked out. Ruslan does have problems with guys that move. You can see in that Bradley fight, Ruslan had trouble when Bradley started, moving around. Ruslan was winning the rounds when Bradley stood still in the pocket and Bradley tried to exchange with him. Ruslan was winning that fight, by a landslide. But when Bradley got it in the middle rounds, when Bradley started boxing, Ruslan couldn't really catch up with him, and Pacquiao moves, in my opinion, side to side in different angles, and that it'll be way tougher for Ruslan to catch up with Pacquiao if Pacquiao decides to fight like that. I see Ruslan having his moments in the fight, no doubt, because Ruslan is a strong fighter. He comes forward, he don't mind getting hit. He's one of those tough Russian fighters. It's a lot of them emerging, them tough Russian fighters, and them Argentinian fighters, are emerging, and they're tough and they're winning fights. But if I know Ruslan has a lot of familiarity with Pacquiao. He sparred with him so many times, so he won't be stage fright, or he won't be scared of the myth of Pacquiao. So he'll go in there and give it his all. But I see Pacquiao winning that fight too if they fight. And I'm hoping we can see Pacquiao versus Mayweather sooner than later. I don't want the guys to be on crutches, but I want to see the fight happen while the two fighters have some life in them. But we'll see about that. But speaking of that, Mayweather, I would like to see Mayweather. Last year he did fight his mandatories. He fought Guerrero. Guerrero was his mandatory at 147. He fought Canelo. Canelo was his mandatory at 154. But it seems like this time around he don't want to fight his mandatory. Pacquiao was his mandatory for the WBC. He says a belt doesn't, make him, so I guess he's going to get a belt up. But if Pacquiao fights Bradley and beats Bradley, that means Pacquiao would not be his number one contender no more for the WBC, because once you have a title, you can't be number one contender in another, belt bracket. So, I don't know. I would like to see Mayweather fight at 154, Landy Lara. That would be a good matchup for Mayweather. Lara is a southpaw, good power as he displayed against Trout. Good foot movement, nice jab, good defense. I mean, that'll be a tough matchup for Floyd. He's I think Lara is about 5'9", if I'm not mistaken. Good reach, good range. That'd be a good matchup, an intriguing matchup. I will have to break down that fight. If it ever happen, I'll have to look at that fight a little bit closer to see who I will pick in that fight. But that'll be a great fight. If he defend at 147, if he defend at 147, I would like to see him fight Pacquiao. But let's go past that. If he defend at 147, I would like to see him fight. Maybe Danny Garcia. He'll fight. You know what I'm saying? I would like to see him fight Danny Garcia. I don't want to see him fight Marcus Maidana. We know what he does against fighters like that. Danny Garcia has different dimensions to his game. Danny Garcia can punch. He can box. He can move around a little bit. He can also he can think in the ring. It'll be good to see somebody fight Mayweather. That can make some adjustments in the ring. Danny Garcia made good adjustments against Matisse. Matisse came out, kind of looking for hard shots in the beginning, but then when Danny Garcia went to boxing, that's why I picked Danny Garcia, because he has a different dimension to his game. Once he started boxing, he started pulling away from Matisse. When they was punching each other, the fight was kind of even, but he pulled away with his boxing, which I picked Danny Garcia because I thought that he can box better than Matisse if it came down to Danny Garcia wanted to decide to start boxing. He would do it effectively, which he did. I would like to see Mayweather fight somebody like Danny Garcia. Bradley. He probably won't fight Bradley. I would like to see him fight Bradley. Give a black fighter a shot. Other than that, we'll see from there. Canelo, I don't know what he's gonna do. I guess he's gonna fight Angulo. That'd be a good matchup, but Angulo comes straight down the pipe. Angulo runs right into Canelo's power. I got Canelo winning that fight against Angulo if he fight Angulo. I would like to see Canelo fight somebody like Lara or Kirkland. Kirkland is a better version than Angulo. He's much, Kirkland to me has a little bit more oomph and dog in him and power in him. I would like to see that matchup, see what Canelo do against that pressure. And plus, Angulo had an eye problem when he fought Lara. You never know if that's gonna come back to haunt him. Just like Cotto when he fought Margarito. Margarito had that eye problem because when he fought Pacquiao, and it came back to haunt him in that Cotto rematch. The fight had to be stopped. So I don't know. I like to see Cotto fight. Not Cotto, but Canelo. If he don't fight Lara, I like to see him fight somebody. Him and Trout Part 2, even because that fight was very close. Or Kid Chocolate. Somebody like that. See Canelo. Step up, and now he can't go back. He has to go forward. He fought the best fighter in the world. By everybody accounts in Mayweather. Now I would like to see him, keep going forward, moving on, see how he come back from that Mayweather loss, see if he's psychologically damaged or whatever, see if he's the fighter that Golden Boy tried to build him up to be. Let's see who else. I would like Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman needs to have a title shot. He needs to be fighting Maidana. It should be Keith Thurman and Maidana. I hope to see Keith Thurman fight Maidana so he can get his shot at the title. I think Keith Thurman can win that fight because, one, he moves around the ring very well. He has good foot speed. He has good hand speed. He goes to the body very well. He can box. He can definitely put you out of there. If Marcus Maidana try to trade with him, he can get Marcus Maidana out of there. He can actually, if the fight kind of even, when they trying to power punch each other to death or whatever, he can also go to his boxing and start moving around, and Marcus Maidana also have trouble with fighters like that, like the guys that move around on him, like Devin Alexander and Amir Khan. Those guys were able to discount his power by moving around on him. Keith Thurman, I would like to see him get his shot, either against Marcus Maidana, which he's the number one contender for Marcus Maidana, so either him or someone else with the with a belt like Sean Porter. But even though Kell Brook is number one contender for Sean Porter, so we don't know what's gonna go on with that. But I'm looking for Keith Thurman to do big things. That's my guy, boxer puncher. I love the style, exciting style, well versed style. It's a versatile style. It's a versatile style. They can show boxing and punching. It can show the sweet signs, and it's very entertaining for the fans. But big ups to Wilder. I would like to see Wilder at the heavyweight division. He's black heavyweight, American heavyweight. Hopefully, he can do some things in 2014 as far as bringing the heavyweight division and the titles back to the U.S. It's reported that Ariola and Stavern will fight for Vitaly Klitschko's WBC title. I would like to see that. And the winner of that, they say, is supposed to fight Wilder, and then the winner of that is supposed to fight Vladimir Klitschko, and it can be for all the marbles. And whoever win that fight will be the recognized champion, the linear champion, the undisputed champion, the Ring Magazine champion, WBC, IBF, WBO champion. Just will have all the belts, and that's like, man, for the first time in a long time. And whoever pulls that off will be the man in the heavyweight division. And I'm hoping it's Deontay Wilder. Bring it back to the U.S. He will be a big, big star. He will be the new cash cow. All the attention will go to Wilder. These lower weight classes will have to, they will get attention still because 147 and 154 and 160 and the light heavyweight division is heated up. But it's nothing grander than having an undisputed lineal champion, Ring Magazine champion, heavyweight champion, because heavyweight division is the division, defiant vision in boxing lore. It's like the holy grail title. You the baddest man in the room. When you walk in the room, no matter if Floyd Mayweather's in there, Keith Thurman is there, Pacquiao is there, Bradley is in there, Canelo, Andre Ward is in there, you could walk in there and say, hey, I can lick any one of y'all up in here and have no problem doing it. So if he can do that, he will move at the top of my list, of best fighter in the world, because the heavyweight champion is the most. He don't have to be the most skilled, but he can be the baddest man in the man, as far as titles are concerned in the heavyweight division. So I'm looking for Wilder. Hopefully he can pull it off. We'll see. But Andre Ward, let's talk about Andre Ward. I would like to see Andre Ward move up to light heavyweight. There's nothing left at 168. Now, is he waiting for Gennady Golovkin? Is he waiting for Golovkin? Maybe he's waiting for Golovkin, but Golovkin said he don't want that fight right now. That fight is not right now. Golovkin what he wanna do? He wanna submit himself as a middleweight, which I have no problem with. He wants to fight Martinez. He wants to be the undisputed. Probably he wants to be the undisputed middleweight champion, and then move to 168. I think he want to make his bones at 160 first, which to me he should do before you start moving up. Kind of dominate one division before you move up to another division. So hopefully he does that. Ward, you already dominated 168. You have nothing left at 168. Nothing left. You won a tournament, and you won some other fights at 168. Beat Rodriguez. You know what I'm saying? So it's time for you to move up to light heavyweight. You get Pascal up there. You get Adonis Stevenson, Kovalev up there. Just pick your poison. You got that new guy that fought on HBO, that new guy that Hopkins said he want to fight. Forget his name, but he's a champion. You got him up there. Go up there and fight some of those hungry wolves. You know what I'm saying? Make it's some money up there. It's a lot of intriguing fights up there. Let's see what you can do up there, because 168 is it's boring right now. Yeah, and I would just like to see some great fights for 2014. Hopefully this so-called Cold War thing can get settled, and we can just start getting some fights, man. Let's let these fighters, pan it out in the ring instead of being outside of the ring. Let's get in the ring and see who's the best. Let's see who's the best at 147. Let's see who's the best at 154. Let's see who's the best at 160. Well, not 168. Let's see who's the best at light heavyweight. I would like to see Adonis Stevenson and Kovalev fight, but I think they trying to brew that fight up. Make it, probably won't be this year. Probably be 2015. They probably trying to brew that up for a pay-per-view, trying to get that warm. You know what I'm saying? So okay. I can deal with that. They warm it up, but they eventually fight. That'll be good. And I have to make a prediction on that. If that ever happens, that's gonna be an intriguing fight. Right now, I got that fight as 50-50. Anybody can win that Donovan Stevenson Kovalev fight. I got that as 50-50 because I've seen some flaws in both of the fighters. I don't want to talk about it right now, but I've seen some fights on both of the fighters, about two or three fights, and I've seen some things that both fighters can be exploited on by each other. But those are my fights I would like to see and my thoughts for 2014. But, you know, we'll see what happens. This is Boxing Talk 8576. I'm out.